Peace guys, and welcome back to a new video today with a little different camera perspective because I got a new webcam. We're gonna watch Doctor Who, Keine Sterne, which is funnily a German title. Keine Sterne. It's German for no stars. Yeah, let's go in and watch this video, shall we?
Every moment of your life laid out around you like a city. Streets full of buildings made of days. The day you were born, the day you die, the day you fall in love, the day that love ends. A whole city built from triumph and heartbreak and boredom and laughter and cutting your toenails. It's the best place you will ever be. What in the end?
Pretty sure I haven't seen that, by the way. I feel like I have not seen that, probably, because I cannot remember the Doctor lecturing. Then again, I've said before that I haven't seen, like, every season with the older Doctor. Somewhere with, I think when Clara died, I think after Clara died, I stopped watching Doctor Who for a while, and I haven't started it again since. But now I have the seasons here, by the way. I have them standing over here, and I will soon start again watching them. As soon as I find the time. Yeah.
Not any of us looking for. We're looking for someone.
Why me?
Why you, Rod?
I never know why. I only know who.
Oh.
I don't know. You could come with me.
What you are standing in is a technological marvel. This is the gateway to everything that ever was. Or ever can be.
That's poetic.
Between here and my office, before the kettle boils.
All of time and space, everything that ever happened or ever will.
Is everything that ever happened or ever will.
You can run away all you like and still be home in time for tea, so what do you say?
Yes.
Well, she could be, if you would, like, be punctual, like, ever.
Fantastic.
You are her hero.
Was that Robin Hood? He looked
I'm
like
not a
Robin
hero.
Hood.
You stop bad things happening every minute of every day. That sounds pretty heroic to me.
You don't call the helpline because you are the helpline.
I've come to help. I'm the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
To the man without a home,
I'm the last of the Time Lords.
the lonely god.
The Doctor, he helps people.
He has saved your lives so many times and you never even knew he was there. He never stops. He never stays. He never asks to be thanked.
Yeah, I also really like that, like, that's, I think at some point in the show he also says that, like, that is the reason why he calls himself the Doctor, you know? Not something else, but just the Doctor. Because, like, he helps, you know? He tries to save people, he tries to help. So I really like that, and, like, he's not, like, a soldier. I mean, he kind of is. You know, if you think about it, like, he kind of is like a soldier for good, because, but he doesn't usually have a weapon, you know, he has, like, a screwdriver that literally fixes things, like, that is not meant to be a weapon, so I really like that, I really like that a lot. Like, he calls himself the Doctor, he has, his weapon is like a screwdriver, that which purpose it is to fix things. That is so poetic. I love it.
Good is good in the final hour, in the deepest pit, without hope, without witness, without reward. Because that's how I see the universe.
He has walked this universe for centuries untold. He has seen stars fall to dust.
Do you know who that leaves? Me!
Oh my god, that was it. Yeah, that is that scene where he screams at the dying sun, or, like, not the dying sun, I think it's the sun's feeding of some stuff. I don't know. Feeding of memories, I think. That's where he screams at it. I love that scene. I love that scene so much. Somehow it has burned itself into my mind because it was so freaking sad and so real.
Just me!
He's
like fire.
Look around you. Nothing but death and destruction.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yes, I've taken lives. I had no choice.
Playing with so many people's lives, you might as well be a god. You must have been like God.
You want to be forgiven?
Don't we all?
Doctor. The word for healer and wise man throughout the universe.
Why is it up to you to save us? That's quite a god complex you have there.
Tell me, am I a good man?
Yeah. So like, on the one hand, like, he has a lot of death on his conscience, you know, and a lot of hurt and destruction around him, like that one person just said. But on the other hand, he is freaking powerful, you know? So he is like, and he's lived for like centuries and centuries, and he's always in the middle of chaos and in the middle of death and destruction. So I feel like that's not him being the cause of death and destruction, but him searching out death and destruction. You know what I mean? And that maybe sometimes leads to him being one of the causes, like why his companions, for example, always die or something, or end up in very bad situations or stuck in time. But it's not because he is like death and destruction, but I feel it's like because he always searches out death and destruction to like help as much as he can. And of course he cannot help everyone, and the people with him aren't as, you know, indestructible as he is. So of course him searching out death and destruction will make sure that he is also kind of associated with death and destruction, and accumulates a lot of death and destruction. Because for one, if he wasn't dead, there would probably still be death and destruction, probably even more, but it wouldn't be associated with him, you know what I mean? So like, him always being dead when that's death and destruction is really easy to come to the conclusion that death and destruction means him, or more likely, him being someone means death and destruction, when it's actually the other way around, you know, that if somewhere is death and destruction, then he will come, you know, like, it's not him, but he searches it out to like actually make it less, you know what I mean? Like, it's really, really easy to put them on the same thing, like he means death and destruction, when that's not really it, because he's not the cause of it. He's just, the death and destruction is more like the cause for him being there, not him being there is the cause for death and destruction, you know what I mean? But I think it's really, really easy when this, because that happens a lot for like people, especially like hurt people, to like associate him with death and destruction instead of, or with the bad things happening and him being at fault, when it's actually the other way around, that like death and destruction happens and he's there to like minimize it. Of course, that is not always the case. I mean, there's always like, I think that's that. Don't sue me if I get this wrong, because like I said, I haven't seen the show in a while. But I think I remember that like also there is stuff happening that caused death and destruction that is because of him, you know? Because of course he has, for example, made enemies over the years and all of that. So of course he sometimes also causes it. But like, it's not the general consensus that he is the one causing it, but it's more that he is the one coming when there is death and destruction happening to like minimize it and save lives. But I think it's really easy to confuse that, especially for hurt people, and I think it's also really easy to confuse, for him to confuse it after all these years, because he gets that thrown into his face so often by hurt people. You know what I mean? And he's always in the middle, so he's always has people dying around him that like he really cares for, or he loses people in some other way that he really cares for. So like, his hurt mind is also, it's also really easy for him to confuse that. But I really don't think that that's the point. That's the way it is, you know. I think it's the other way around.
There's no such thing as the Doctor. I'm just a bloke in a box, telling stories.
Always moving on, because you dare not look back.
The man who keeps running, never looking back because he dare not, out of shame.
Winning? Is that what you think it's about? I'm not trying to win. I do what I do because it's right.
I've been running. The fastest I've ever run. And I've been running my whole life. Now it's time for me to stop.
Because sometimes I'm not some old Time Lord who ran away. I'm the Doctor.
Okay. Just promise me one thing. Yeah? Just promise you won't get me killed.
I wanted you back
He can't
by
promise
my side
that.
because it's
Sorry.
the safest place in the world.
Yeah, his companions keep dying, or he leaves them some other way. This is so tragic.
This is what I get. My reward.
Your version of good is not absolute. It's vain, arrogant, sentimental.
You're so sentimental, Doctor.
Who I am. It's where I stand.
To be fair, though, he would be dead several times all over already too if he wouldn't have the ability to like regenerate and have a new life, because he died several times, you know? It's just that he regenerates because he's a Time Lord, so he just takes on a new life, basically, you know? But he would also be dead several times over, so it's not just, like, dangerous for his companions, it's also dangerous for him. But the difference is that, like, he can regenerate and, like, start living a new life with all of his memories, while his companions cannot. They just die. When they die, they just die. He just dies and comes back as like a new person, you know?
It must end.
Turn me off.
Lived too long. We're all storied in the end. It was the best.
It's where I fall. Without hope. Without witness. Without reward.
Always.
Doctor. Let him go. Time enough.
I don't want to go.
I don't want to go.
I will always remember when the Doctor was me.
When the Doctor was me. Pity. No stars. I hope there be stars.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. This version of Dr. Diane, I haven't seen that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I stopped watching
And relative
when
dimension.
Clara died. Not because I just randomly stopped watching, but because I'm pretty sure it was the last season when I watched that, and I would have had to wait for the next season, and I did, and then I forgot to keep watching because there are so many other good TV shows that there's just not enough time, okay? There's not enough time in this life to read all of my books, to watch all of my TV shows, and they keep coming out more. How am I supposed to consume all of this greatness? Okay, how am I supposed to do that? That is so tragic because, like, I have so many shows I still want to watch, and I have so many shows I want to rewatch, and I have so many books I want to read. And if I like all of what is now on my watch list and not what is all now on my reading list, I would probably be done. If I do nothing but watch and read, I would probably be done, I don't know, by 50 or 60 with all of that. Maybe longer. But the thing is, there keep coming out more great books and more great TV shows and new seasons in great TV shows. So I will never be done. I will be dead before I will be able to read all and watch all that I want to watch and read. Okay, that is a really, really, really really tragic thing. If there was ever a reason to be immortal, to become immortal, that would be the reason. Just so I can watch and read all of the stuff I want to watch and read before dying. I just need to become immortal. So if some of you out there is like a vampire, and preferably like a Vampire Diaries vampire, you know, you still look good. You can mostly still walk outside. You need a daylight ring, but I'm pretty sure I can find someone making me a daylight ring. And like being able to like manipulate with your eyes, that would also be a really cool feature. And I think it would be really, really helpful to like hide in this day and age. Because otherwise people will really soon start questioning, and you won't why you're still alive, and you won't have any valid papers anymore and stuff like that. So it would be a really, really nice gift to have. So I would probably need that to survive in this day and age as a vampire and not be caught. So if some of you out there is like this kind of vampire, I don't know. Call me, write me on my email. I don't know. I would really much like to become one of you. Just saying, because it would be really helpful. It would be really, really helpful. I would be mortal, and I would be able to like watch and read everything I want to watch and read. Yeah. And do everything that I want to do. I have so many interests. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. I just don't have the time for all of it. Yeah. I really need like lifespans where I can like live different lives, because I just want to try so many like career paths, and also paths of like what I want to do, you know, and I just can't do it all at once and in one lifetime. So it would be really, really helpful. You know, if one of you out there is like a vampire, but like a Vampire Diaries kind of vampire, that would be super helpful. Thank you very much.
In space. It means life.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this video. It was kind of sad, but so are all Doctor Who videos, and I kind of like saw sadder Doctor Who edits before and sadder edits before, so this was fine. This was from on the sadness scala, it was fine. But yeah, I really liked it. It was nicely done. It was nicely made. I enjoyed watching it. I hope you did so too. If you did, please leave a like on this video, and maybe also go and give the creator, which is Margarita Life, some love. This edit had 2.3 million views, by the way, and show her some love, because that was a good edit. And that, I hope we will see in my next video again. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more fan edit reactions, and yeah, till my next video, guys. Bye.